I think I just had one of the best weeks of my life, if not the best week of my life. So, let's talk about it. So, last week, I had the absolute pleasure and honour to be part of a mentorship program called Beats, put on by the End FM. The program was designed to bring up young artists like myself, led by some incredible mentors, and they really just taught us everything we need to know to make it as an artist and make a living out of this. So yeah, this program is a pretty big deal for me. The program has been delivered online through Zoom lessons, where we learned all sorts of industry secrets, different ways to make money as a musician, how to apply for festivals, and what to expect in the industry. And that was followed by a 1-week intensive on the Denny Utemaster site in Deniliquin. So that week intensive really just showed us how the music industry works, in studio, on stage, and in live production. I'm not even trying to clickbait you with this title. I genuinely mean this is the best gig of my life so far, because it's taught me so much that I need to know, and I've made some unforgettable connections and networks. The Beats program is open to anyone aged 15 to 27 based in New South Wales. Whether you're regional or remote, or from a metro area, you're welcome. All genres of music and styles are welcome. So yeah, if you're in New South Wales and you're aged 15 to 27, I'd highly recommend this program. Myself, a lot of the mentees, and even most of the mentors have found this experience unforgettable. So that's how you know this program was just something else. This year's Beats program was the first of its kind, which meant there was a lot of room for experimentation, and I just found it worked really well. There didn't seem to be any real dynamic change between mentor and mentee. It was all very supportive, and everyone just brought each other up. It wasn't like, hey, I'm the teacher, you're the student, listen to what I say. It was really hands-on and really open. There was not a single person I felt like I couldn't talk to. Everyone, the chemistry was just really good. Perfect casting. So now I'll tell you a bit about the week as it happened. Monday we all arrived. It was really hot, 40 degrees I think. We set up camp. I had a swag. There were a lot of flies though, so yeah. We finished setting up and then we all started meeting each other and getting to know each other. We had a star marquee, which was our meeting place and just hangout space. So our first activity was a meet and greet. We got in 2 lines, faced each other, and our facilitator for the event, Steve, sorry for the name drop, he gave us some questions to ask the person across the line, kind of like a speed dating thing. It was good though, we got to know each other's music taste and everything, so we all got to know each other that way. So thanks to Steve for just making it such a safe environment. And everyone else really. But yeah, day 1 we're all settled in. The sun starts going down, and Deniliquin's such a flat land, so the sun's coming down, it's huge. I'm not even going to try to explain it, but it was a really good sunset, so I'll put some pictures in. We were catered for the whole week, which was a big surprise, and it was 5-star gourmet, so thank you so much to the caterers. It was delicious. And then it was time for the first night activity, which was an open mic. So we could all hear each other play a bit. And just hearing all the other musicians play, yeah, I got goosebumps because I knew in that moment what I'd just gotten into. I was blown away by everyone in the program. So yeah, I'll link some Spotifys below, so please give them some love and some support. So day 2, it's time to start rehearsing. So we got in our groups. Unfortunately, we were missing some people from the program, so there were 3 groups in the end with 2 people, so we decided to combine them all in what we called a smush group, which some people hated and then became an inside joke. So yeah, we were the smush group, and straight off the bat, we shared around some of our songs, and it was just incredible. We were right on it. We had 3 songs in 2 hours, and that was half of our set on the first real day. I ended up being the only drummer in the program. We had another sax player on alto. I was on Barry, So I sort of took turns. I played a few songs on sax, and then a lot on drums, because I was in demand. And that first day, we didn't have the drum kit yet, so I set up my kick pedal on my sax case, and just used a piece of paper as a snare. So, a lot of fun. Later that day, we headed down to what was meant to be our main stage for the event, the 4X Gold stage on the site. A bit of a weird stage, not gonna lie. So we're setting up there. They've got the tech group. I'm part of the performer group, but I still nerded out a lot with the tech group. This was my first time seeing the house kit. All the memes you see about house kits, this is exactly what it was. And in the best way possible. Like, it was perfect. It was such a goofy drum set, but I can't complain. I didn't have to play my sax case anymore. It was a Pearl kit, and there were only 2 rack toms, no floor tom, but the second rack tom was like 16 inches, so it was basically the floor tom. No drumsticks, no drum stool, so I had to stack 2 chairs that I found in the bar, and yeah, thank God I brought my own drumsticks, otherwise we would have been screwed. Yeah, everything was going okay from there. Gave him a tune, we did a bit of a jam session. We did a thing with one of the mentors, Pam, where we wrote a disposable song and played it, and then I've forgotten him, which is the point. So yeah, that went pretty well once the drums are up and going. Again, I played in 2 of the 3 groups, so yeah, busy guy. Yeah, one of those songs was about the flies, and while we were sound checking, a fly did go in the singer's mouth while she was singing about flies, so that was excellent. Okay, Wednesday. So again, it started out as a hot day, so we got straight into rehearsing, and yeah, luckily the Baron, who was one of the project/site managers, he runs the radio station, he hooked me up with a floor tom and a stool, so I'm very grateful. Check out his bar in Deniliquint, The Storyteller. If you tell a really good story, you get a free drink. So, yeah. And he's got a lot of stories for you too, so reach out. I now have a floor tom and a stool, so I'm happy. So around midday, we can see some pretty big clouds coming towards us. Fabian, the project manager, rushes me to their car, and we drive to the 4X Gold stage because we're worried that this rain's going to come in and destroy everything. So we have to bring down all the gazebos and marquees, and the techies, they had left for the recording studio, and they've left like 4 mixing consoles around the bar area, and it's about to bucket down, so we're panicking. We're hauling all this gear back into the shed, back into the trailer, and we're just freaking out. And then the lightning starts coming in. Fabian, worried for my safety, tells me to go back to the car, and I see Fabian and another one of the mentors, Rosie, running back to us as the wind's picking up and the rain's coming down. And then I see the Baron just walking casually. Just out in the rain, just not a worry in the world. Yeah, so big respect to you, the Baron. So yeah, then we're all safe and dry. On the Thursday morning, we had a mentorship session with Melody. She runs a business called 23. She does press releases and manages artists. Just a very cool person to know. Again, very cool stories. She taught us a lot about the business side of the industry, so how to get on Spotify and royalties, stuff like that. Very useful session. I learnt heaps because, as you know, I'm about to try get on Spotify. So thank you, Melody, for all you've taught me. I'll have a lot of questions coming up as this album starts to wrap up. So yeah, and then that afternoon we headed to the Shack Studio in Deniliquin, which is owned by a guy named Pip. He's a collector, electrician, I believe. So he built his own studio, and might I say, it's a very impressive space. All the gear you could ever imagine, he's got it. So quite an impressive space, and thanks for letting us in, and thanks for letting us record. So that was an excellent day. We smashed out some songs in there. And yeah, so I forgot to mention, now it's freezing cold in Deniliquin. It was cold and very windy. I had to collapse my swag and sleep in a donga. So Friday morning, we're back in the studio. We finished off our stuff, and yeah, that was awesome. And yeah, we had another session with Melody, our final session, and again, I learned heaps. So thank you so much. And then Saturday, it's show day. Yeah, so this is a good time to mention that we've decided we don't want to play on the 4X Gold stage instead, due to the wind. So we've decided to set up on the main stage and perform there. So the audience would be up on the main stage and would be sideways basically. So again, I'll show pictures. So yeah, we're all set up, infrastructure's up. We had a great guy bring in some gear for us to use. Very nice system. So thank you. Techies are loving it, I'm loving it. So early afternoon, I'm like getting all my stuff ready, we're sound checking, and I'm asked to play a few last minute sets with people, so which I'm always happy to do, by the way. So I ended up doing a set with Pam. We basically improvised it all. It was excellent for this. She's such a good musician, such a good mentor, all of them are. But yeah, that went flawless. And showtime runs around. Again, I'm asked to do a last minute set, which was the opener with Lockie. He was the mentor for the sound people. He jumped on bass and did some circus tricks while I played drums. So that was really cool. Improvised. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And yeah, the show just went really smooth. The sun went down, it was majestic, and we all just had a really good night. We enjoyed the stage. Obviously, we didn't feel like the 20,000 people capacity that the venue has. It was a really good vibe. Vibe check. And the audience seemed to be enjoying it a lot. So, yeah, we just had a blast. Again, I was blown away by some of the musicians in the group. We had a guy, Jackie Boy, check him out. He makes some cool stuff on GarageBand, which, dead serious, this is some top level stuff. So listen to Jackie Boy. So he had a backing track and he's got pipes. He sang really well. That was one of my favourite songs of the whole night, so check it out again. All links below. Yeah, so we wrap up, and the Baron invited us to his bar for an after party, which super fun. We did one final checkout with Steve, and it was iconic. So that's how it ended. And then the morning, pack up, left, and yeah, now I'm back here. The whole week was just really unforgettable for me, and I know I'll probably have other opportunities like this. This was not the biggest gig I've ever played, but it definitely meant the most to me. Like, I've done one other festival like this in the past, but this group just had something special, and I don't even know what it was, but it was there, and we all know it. We all felt it, and I don't know, it's hard to say that it'll be the exact same for future groups, but I know for sure that I won't be forgetting this anytime soon, and it was super magical, and you should definitely apply, because it was awesome, and I learned heaps, and it may not be the biggest gig that you'll ever have, we'll see, but it's such a good gateway. The networks you'll make, and the people you'll meet, and the fun you'll have, it's 1,000,000% worth it. So please show the program some love, because we need more people to hear about this. So yeah, if you're in New South Wales and you're in the age group, please consider applying for this. You won't regret it. So once again, everyone's going to be linked below. Thanks to the mentors Chris, Pam, Josh, Lockie, Rosie, Melody. Thank you, Fabian, for organising such a great event. Thank you to the people from the Denny Utmuster site, people from Southwest Arts, Music New South Wales, just everyone involved in this program. Thanks to all the fellow mentees as well for making me feel so welcome and being such good friends. So, yeah, good luck to everyone on your musical journeys. This program actually gave me confidence. For the first time ever, I actually feel like I might make it as an artist in this industry. Just because of all the support and pulling up from all these fantastic mentors. You guys made me feel like this is possible, so thank you so much. My bad for talking for so long, but now you've heard my story of it, and everyone's story will be different, but yeah, please check out the program. Again, for the final time, every link is below, and yeah, thanks for listening to me talk for a long time. But anyway, I'm inspired to make some music, so goodbye.